Hello, good evening. Good evening. It's not evening. Good afternoon. Um, I'm sitting here and I wanted to start uh, some crafting. Um, didn't know what exactly, but I am really having trouble with this one. This cloth with the pattern on it, I bought at a um, market that was organized for not a monastery, but a house where nuns lived, and they moved out of that house. Well, it was a very big house, like almost a monastery, and they were moving to another town south of here, and I really bought a lot of old fashioned stuff there. One of those things is this fabric. I stretched it over a embroidery ring, but now I'm really not sure how to embroider this because it is it reminds the viewer of leaves and kind of a uh, it is a natural pattern, but it's not really leaves and it's not really flowers. It's like a free form of some sort. And I'm really thinking how to do this one and do it justice because I know this is a very old piece of pattern and um, I have never embroidered anything that isn't part of a kit. So this will be my first um, self thought up embroidery thing. Except the pattern then, but okay. I have been thinking about making it a Christmas thing. Um, so maybe go for greens and golds and silvers. Um, might be fun. Might be very old fashioned too. I don't know. Um, there's obviously a cat hair on it because Luna. um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know yet. But I thought I could I could chew over this for a long time, but I could make a video too. So I am going to leave that there and make this video. um, I uh, I went grocery shopping because it is Tuesday with my mom, and before we went, I always pick up my mom at her home, at my parents' home, and most of the time she needs like 2 minutes of help with something or wants to tell something. Um, and I helped her get some Christmas stuff from the attic. And then she showed me that she found something in the attic, um, which consisted of a packet of very old papers. And as she went through it, she found out that it was old administration and correspondence from my father's parents, um, like the family of my father's father, my grandfather, and his parents. And we might have discovered a family secret. There was always a lot of mystery around my my granddad, so the father of my father. His mom, she died very early on, and my grandfather was raised by oh my god, how I'm going to by the father of most of the children of the family. But that was not his real dad. And now we have discovered that my granddad is a a child that was conceived out of wedlock. So that's something that's never been out in the open about him. And yeah, I'm not sure how it really fits all together, but I'm going to help my mom decipher some of the letters and stuff later on, maybe this week. So yeah, that is quite interesting. I mean, I have a thing for old-timey stuff. I love old correspondence and old certificates and all that stuff. But this is from my own forefathers. And that makes it even more cool, interesting. But there might be some very painful secrets in there. There are a couple of letters which we will try to decipher because they were written on very old paper with a very old pencil in very old language. They are from about the World War II era. And part of my dad's family, or my granddad's family, immigrated to Australia. And there are letters from there with airmail and everything written on airmail paper. And it's really great to see that. And that it has survived. And we are very curious what is written, of course. But yeah, we got talking about family, of course. And the thing is, and I've always felt a little pain about this, I am the last person with my family's last name. I am just the last one. That family name will die with me. And that is so weird. That is so weird. And kind of, it's sad, you know? Because you, yeah, you kind of want to be proud of that and give it forward, give it to next generations. But I am really not a person to get kids. And I am 37 now, and I'm no, it's not in my no. And my father was the only son. So he was the one who had the chance to give it to children, and yeah, I'm the last one. I had a brother, but he died 15 years ago, and he would have been the one who would follow through with the family name. He wanted children, he wanted a wife and everything. But he died, and then there was just me. And that is so weird. That is so weird. Yeah. That's a thing to think about. So I might have to adopt a child and call it by my family name. uh, or maybe Luna. Luna might have my surname. Yeah, it's a strange thing to be aware of, and kind of it feels almost like a little bit of a failure. Like I'm failing my whole family by not giving my potential child the family name, because there is no potential child. Yeah, that's very weird. And my mom said to me, and that's really chilling to hear, that when my brother died, the first thing my dad said was that now our family name will end with her. That's the first thing he thought, and it couldn't have been easy for him. He never said anything to me about it. My dad and I are not very deep conversationalists with each other. But yeah, it is a thing. And I know there are other people with our surname, but they're not our family. They are another line of people with that name. So yeah, that's kind of sad. I am very excited to delve in our history. I do have a packet of old photos here, but those are most from my my mother's side. And I have to say there are a lot of terrible secrets in that family too. I don't know if it is old-timey people or if it is modern-timey people too, but there were a lot of secrets back then. You know, children who were not from their dad, or at my mom's side, sadly, there's a lot of abuse. And for example, my mom, my dad is my mom's second choice. She was in love with someone, but she wasn't allowed to be with him. And that's something that doesn't really happen as often anymore, I think. people are more open-minded maybe, and I couldn't imagine my parents saying who I could or could not date. I mean, and I know it does happen in a lot of parts of the world, and it's terrible, especially because a lot of women get their lives destroyed by it. Um, but yeah, that's a whole nother kind of worms. But yeah, um, there were secrets in my parents' attic, and it's weird to think about. I'm kind of, maybe there are secrets in my own family, things that I don't know. um, I have to say there are things about me that my parents don't know, um, and they are not going to because they had a hard enough life for for me to tell them stuff that is in the past and that will hurt them to hear. Um, but there's not really evidence of that, so that's okay. There are only a couple of people who know about all that stuff, and those are not people that my parents talk to. Um, so that's safe and secure. Um, but yeah, who knows? Maybe things weren't told to me because I was a child, or because it would maybe hurt me, or people were trying to protect me or something. I don't know. It's not something you ask because you can't ask the people who have um, might have tried to keep you safe by not telling stuff, to ask them, well, were there things you didn't tell me? That's not something that's potentially very traumatic. um, I kind of trust that my parents are not holding big things back. I mean, we had a very, to be fair, my childhood was kind of traumatic, because of things that happened with my brother, mostly. Um, but I kind of trust them to at least have told me all the big stuff. And there are things that sometimes pop up that I think, hey, did I know that? But then we just talk it out, and yeah. So I don't really think there are things, but you kind of, with all these family stories, you kind of don't know for 100%, because secrets are secrets for a reason. And but hey, I'm just fantasizing here. I don't know. Um, I am going to dive into my embroidery thread box and think about what I'm going to do with this adventure of a pattern. um, I'm looking for the right word. Like it's a, oh my god, how do you say that? I would like to say uitdaging in het Engels, in English. A challenge. It's a challenge. That's what I'm looking for. This pattern is a challenge for me. I'm going to let my brain loose on it and hope to get something cool out of it. Okay, bye bye.